Welcome back to Arise Prime Time, where we offer perspectives on the news and talking points of the day. I'm Charles Aniegolu. Now let's talk about yet another land-grabbing dispute, this time between the Minister of Abuja, Nyesom Wike, and the University of Abuja, with both sides accusing each other of opportunistically seizing land. The minister is reported to have accused the university of taking over large swathes of land without proper approval or documentation, and the university in turn accuses Mr. Wike of ruthlessly grabbing land unlawfully that was allocated to it. They say he slashed it from 11,000 hectares to just 4,000 hectares. So who do we believe? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the Pro-Chancellor of the University of Abuja, Senator Olanrewaju Tejuoso. Senator, good to see you.
Good evening.
Before we get into this debacle over land at your university, I know you were close to Muhammadu Buhari, and I wondered if you wanted to say a few words before we move on.
Well, thank you very much for having me. Of course, General Muhammadu Buhari is my first political leader. I went into politics in 2006, and he was the leader of the party I went into. That was AMPP at that time. And since then, I followed him to APC. I never left his leadership, and I have no regrets, because I learned so much from him. First of all, the way the people around us, when we were moving around, the way they respected him for his integrity and for all he had to offer to Nigeria. I thought, even if I don't achieve anything financially doing politics, that I am associated with this man, and the way the people around him treated me just because I'm associated with him, I believe that was more than any other gain. And that was how I continued my politics.
And you raised his hand. It was you who raised his hand at the... I can see we were looking at some pictures there of the tribute that you were paying to him. But you were the one... I think we have another picture there. I'm not sure if it's up on the screen. But I mean, where you raised his hand at Eagle Square.
Yes, he made me the chairman of the convention of CPC at that time, the party that we formed. And of course, it was our candidate for the presidential election. And of course, I was, as the chairman of the convention, I had to be the one to raise his hand at that time. With the chairman of the party, Sir Oscar Udoji, from the southeast.
Well, let's just say that we all pray that his soul rests in peace.
Amen.
Now let's move on to that land-grabbing dispute between the university, where you're the Pro-Chancellor, the University of Abuja, and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. The issue of land in Abuja in general under Nyesom Wike, and the question of his alleged attempt to take away land belonging to the University of Abuja in particular, has become an incendiary situation, hasn't it? Tell us how it has come to this.
The question you need to ponder on is, who is the owner of University of Abuja? It's not my private property. It's owned by the federal government of Nigeria. And this land was allocated to the university in 1988 by the former president Ibrahim Babangida. And he had his vision of University of Abuja to be the flagship of universities all over the country for Nigeria. Thus, we had this 11,000 hectares so that we could keep on developing. No university develops in a day. Even no state government develops in a day. If that is the case, the Honorable Minister FCT, he wouldn't have met Rivers State to now start doing projects if they had already finished all the development. It's a continuous exercise. So you can't expect that a university would have developed itself in such a short time.
Well, it's not a short time. The university has had that land for decades and it's done nothing with it.
Yeah, it's a matter of leadership. So the leadership before me, that's what they did. But we are now...
Well, that's not the minister's fault.
Yeah, but we are all brothers in a same government. It's a federal government project. So it's not a matter of you coming to say the federal government did not do this. So he's accusing the federal government of not doing the right thing.
Well, I think the point really, Senator, is that there is a master plan for the development of that district.
Yes.
And the university has had that land, for whatever reason, it hasn't developed it in decades. And the master plan is there to develop the district. The minister wants to get on with that development. And he said, well, you've had this land for decades. I mean, you know, you haven't done anything with it. So we're going to take away 7,000 hectares and we're going to develop it. And you can still keep 4,000 hectares while you ponder when you're going to get around to develop it. I mean, doesn't that make sense to you?
Well, I took over the university 5 months ago.
Right.
And in 5 months, I've had a lot of interest of partnership for even more than what we have. We have the Cancer Research Center of Nigeria, NICRAT. They want to partner with my university for us to develop a research center. We have an agricultural
you
center.
can develop it on the 4,000 hectares. I mean, let them see what you do with the 4,000
let me first of all tell you that even the 4,000 hectares you are talking about, 2,000 hectares out of it is a mountain. When you fly out of Abuja Airport,
I like that.
When you fly out of Abuja Airport, the mountain you see is in the university. So, looking at what has been proposed, we only have 2,000 hectares because we have a mountain of 2,000. Maybe Minister Wike should come and take over the mountain and develop it.
Right. I like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, this has somehow become a real cause for Mr. Wike to take over this land, but also a real cause for the university, as well as the senator representing the FCT, Rechi Kingibe, who was sitting where you were sitting a few days ago and seems determined to stop him from doing so. And there are all these allegations of abuse of power and illegality playing in. He reckons that you guys, I mean, the university didn't really have, you know, proper approval or documentation. On your side, you're suggesting that he's taking the land away from you unlawfully. I mean, can you talk us through all that?
You know, how you can understand this properly is that you know that we are talking about a government project. University of Abuja is a government university. Yeah. It's a university that is named after the federal capital territory of this country. If you go to the United States today, you talk about University of Abuja, they believe that is Nigeria. So we have to protect all that concerns University of Abuja.
Yeah, but
we have 11,000 hectares.
That also gives the government the right, if it's its university, to take away land from you and use it for other purposes.
If the federal government says that they don't want University of Abuja to develop more than where it is today, so be it. It's not the University of Tejuoso. University of Abuja, Nigeria.
But what are you going to do? Let's forget about the 11,000 hectares. What are you going to do with the 4,000 or 2,000?
2,000. 2,000 is a mountain top.
2,000 is a lot of land still. Yes. What are you going to do with it?
Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife is about 13,000 hectares. University of Ilorin is about 15,000 hectares.
Yeah, but when you add the existing premises of the university that's already developed to that 2,000 hectares, what's the
It's within that 2,000 that they are trying to say that's what we are all about. It's within the 2,000.
You mean the entire university is within the 2,000 hectares? So you don't actually have.
So there's no way to develop anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know how you're going to deal with that.
I think the president definitely will do the right thing. I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure about that.
But where do things stand at the moment? Is it looking like it might be resolved soon, or is it turning into a much deeper argument and problem? Has he actually taken it away from you?
Well, as far as we are concerned, we are continuing with our MOUs. There are so many partners.
Right.
That they have the funding to come and develop the university.
So you're still holding on to the land?
Of course we are.
Because he accused you of fencing off the land as though you own it.
The fencing was done over 5 years ago.
Right.
I met the fencing there. So nothing about my present council. So we met the fencing when I became a Pro-Chancellor.
Right.
So nothing has been done in the last 5 years.
But are there any legal constraints at the moment that are working in favor of the university that you might be able to cite?
Well, the only legal concern or the legal advantage that we have is that it's a matter of the federal government taking land from itself. Everything is owned by the federal government.
Right.
So if the federal government decides that it doesn't want University of Abuja to exist or to develop, so be it. I was appointed by the president to be the Pro-Chancellor, the chairman of the council, and I inherited what we have now. So if the federal government decides that it wants to reduce what I'm going to govern over, what can I say? But what is important is there's no way that we can have a successful vision,
right, if
they reduce what we are marketing to partners.
The reason I ask you that is that, I mean, you were a senator, and your former fellow senator Irechi Kingibe was sitting there and saying that it is unlawful to take away, or at the very least unethical, to take away land that's allocated to an institution, that to simply appropriate that land. And I mean, I don't know what he's intending to do with the land, but I mean, she suggested that he was going to give it out to sort of private people to kind of develop stuff and so on. That's why I was asking you whether there were any legal constraints that you might be able to cite that would give you some kind of legal leverage over that land.
You know, unfortunately, the senator for the Federal Capital Territory is in another political party. So I wouldn't want us to delve into comments.
Yeah, but she represents Abuja.
Yes, but...
Yeah. And therefore she represents the university.
I would say I should have asked her, has she had any meeting with Wike concerning this issue? They have not had any meeting because of political differences.
Yeah, so, I think she's written to him.
Yeah, so
and he doesn't respond.
All these things, we have to settle it amicably, because at the end of the day, it's about Nigeria. It's not about your political party. So let us just do the right things for the country.
And you think Nyesom Wike is doing the wrong thing at the moment, do you?
No, I just believe that maybe he's very anxious to develop Abuja. But then you have to be concerned about what the only university that we have in the name of Abuja, what it represents.
No, I understand all that, but the points that he is making and those who see his point of view are making is that you've had that land for decades and you haven't done anything with it. So just having vast expanses of land and doing nothing with it, I mean, what's the point of it?
This time last year, did you know about artificial intelligence? This time last year?
I'm not sure where this is going.
Nigeria is developing, the country is developing, the world is developing. There are so many opportunities. This time last year, did you have the opportunity of getting America to look for somewhere in Africa or any other continent to host a few manufacturing companies? Now we have the opportunity to attract people to come over to Nigeria for foreign direct investment.
And this is an opportunity that you haven't had since Ibrahim Babangida was military president.
Well, unfortunately, I was not there.
In the 1990s.
Now I am in the University of Abuja.
Right. So what have you done? What have you been doing since you became the president?
Oh yes, I've had about 3 serious investors that want to partner with the University of Abuja.
And is that desire to partner hamstrung by this threats to the land?
Without the land, they don't want to invest. They want somewhere to invest and also develop. Okay? Before now, when I got into the University of Abuja, I inherited about 20 different memorandum of understanding with partners. But they never indicated or showed the proof of funds. So now I do not allow anyone to come to show me any memorandum of understanding without showing me the proof of funds.
So you've got proof of funds.
Yes, now.
Right.
So now we have serious investors.
You have a negotiating, I mean, you know, potentially you can negotiate with the minister.
Well, it's not a matter of the minister, it's a matter of now of Nigeria.
Because it seems that what he wants is for that place to be developed. I mean, I don't speak for him, but that's the way that it comes across to me.
Look, when the minister came in to launch the EFC Academy in the university.
Yes. He made a
okay,
speech.
That was when he said all this.
Yeah, he made a speech
the EFCC,
saying that you guys were
the EFC Academy
holding on to land
the EFC Academy
that you don't have approval for.
EFC Academy approached the university for allocation of land to develop a training academy. That was why the university allocated the land to the EFCC as a kind of educational partner. So without the university doing that, there's nothing he wants to come and do now if he had not started that. But he has done that. The FCC has built their academy. He now came to do a role for them inside the university.
So that actually shows that the university is being proactive.
Yes.
Right.
We are partners with EFCC. But now it's as if now EFCC came and is now allocating land to them, which we had allocated earlier.
Yes, I see.
Inside the fence.
That's a very important point you make, because certainly that's the impression that's being given.
Yeah, so I mean, it was done by my predecessor, but I'm telling you, this is a continuum. That's how we are partnering now with the Nigerian Cancer Research Center. They are going to build something inside the university that will now service the teaching hospital in the university. So that's how the university will develop.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like, well, there's been some movement. I mean, I cannot still understand if Minister Wike feels a little bit impatient after over, 3 decades since IBB left office, Ibrahim Babangida, and now you're sort of getting around to, because he only commissioned it, literally recently.
When you are coming from the airport, and you're going to town, do you see all the virgin land all over? Why don't you finish with that first before attacking the university?
Yeah, well,
so many areas.
Yeah, but that
the
area
university
falls
area
into a particular district.
That is fenced already.
And you know that with districts, there has to be, it's got to be mapped out, and engineering works and all that done and allocated to areas that are already cut out. But all of you are poking the Wike bear. In a manner of speaking, by going public with all this rather than discussing it privately with him and maybe your lawyers. And the bubble you're now stoking could really come back and rage at you with the kind of ferocity we've seen Wike, for example, what's happening in River State and other places. And are you worried that you might actually fall further into that rabbit hole? If things continue this way.
This is situation is above Wike or above me, Tejuoso.
So you're going to the president.
It's a matter of now government to government.
So you're going to the president.
It's a government institution.
Right.
And now Wike, FCT is a government territory. So if the government decides that they want to erode all what the university has, Mr. President is going to tell me that, yes, this is what he wants to do. And of course I will agree, because that is the government's decision.
Yeah, but it's not the president's job, it's the minister's job. Yeah, the president appointed the minister to look after Abuja.
Yes, the minister's job, but at the end of the day, I will tell my minister of education, that this is the situation.
Right.
If at their level they decide that I should leave it for the FCT, what's mine? I will leave it. But I know that the capacity of the University of Abuja has been decreased.
You're saying if you tell the Minister of Education, are you saying he's unaware of it?
No, we are in discussion.
What is he saying to you about it?
No, he's discussing with Wike, with the Minister for FCT.
Is that with a view to getting the land back?
No, as far as we are concerned, the land has not gone.
Right.
It's just a matter of understanding.
Of retaining the land.
Of making sure that a university is not built in a day.
Right.
University of Oxford, University of Cambridge.
Right.
I mean, they have massive land that have been developing. They have become a city. So why must we wait? We won't allow us to have the capacity to build a university, to become a university state or a city.
Well, you know, as they say in Alice in Wonderland, it's getting curiouser and curiouser.
Yes.
And I look forward to seeing where the curiosity actually ends. But Senator, I want to thank you very much indeed. Always good to talk with you. Senator Olanrewaju Tejuoso is the Pro-Chancellor of the University of Abuja. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That's it for this edition of Arise Primetime. Join us again tomorrow from me and the entire team here in Abuja and Katsina. Bye-bye, and thank you for watching.